Hi everyone, it's Amy from Making Space. I hope you're all well today. Today I've got a really fun activity that I'm going to call Outfit of the Week. It's a way of journaling and recording the different outfits that you wear. It's perfect for at the moment because I'm creating this video whilst we're still in lockdown. But also it's quite a fun activity to do during school holidays, during half terms as well. I actually created and kept a journal of the outfits I wore for a year once, rather than keeping a normal journal where you write an entry each day. I recorded the outfits I wore, and it's a really fun thing to look back on as well. For those of you that are interested in fashion and design and love dressing up, it's quite a fun thing to do to kind of get you out of the habit of just wearing the same old things every day, and to instead look at your wardrobe and look at it with a fresh pair of eyes and put together different looks and different things that you might not normal. Have fun with it. If you're not going to school or college, you've got the freedom to be a bit more creative with what you choose to wear every day. And by recording it and by doing an illustration each day, it's a great way to kind of keep a collection of it. So for the activity, I've made these templates, and you can see it's got 7 looks on there. And then also some prompts which you can fill out sort of after each week. It's an activity that you can either do at the end of every day, or if you don't want to do that, you can just take a little selfie in the mirror or make a note of what you wore so you remember at the end of the week, and then do it once a week. So I'll run through what you need first, as always, and then I'll get started. So you're going to want one of these templates, and I will put them online as a download so you can print it off. You're also going to want a pencil. You're going to want a fine liner or a black pen. You might need a rubber. And then you're going to want some coloured pens. And I've done a link to these ones that I've got online because they're really nice sort of illustration pens. And you're going to want some plain white paper. So let's clear some space, and then we can get started. So these templates, you can use it. You can also make your own if you want to, with your own kind of figures if you don't want to use these ones. Or you can find more online. But these are great just to help with the proportioning of your illustrations. So what you want to do is you just want to pop them underneath a plain bit of paper, and then you can just faintly see through the paper to see the outlines underneath. And it'll just help you when you come to draw, just to kind of get the proportions right for your body. Start with a pencil, and then when I'm doing fashion illustrations, I always recommend starting with pencil first and pressing really lightly, so if it goes wrong you can rub it out without sort of indenting and leaving marks on the paper. So then we can think about filling it in. So start by drawing the clothes, and you can use the lines on the body to kind of tell you where to go. So I don't know if you can quite see, but the jumper I wore was tucked into a skirt that I wore on my waist. So I know that then the skirt was fitted to the waist. It then came down. The skirt came to about midway between my knee and my ankle, a sort of midi length skirt. And it was slightly flared, but not a really big skirt. So then using the body underneath, I can see the outline there. And then the jumper was kind of quite oversized, so it's sort of tucked in. And then because I was just working from home, I just had a pair of socks on with it. So once you've got the clothes drawn on, you can then draw the remaining bits of the body which you can still see. So you'd see the bottom of my legs, you'd see the hands. And I say this every week: if you're scared of drawing hands or faces, don't worry, and that's not what's important here. I always just do a very simplified sort of hand and face. You don't even have to fill a face in if you don't want to. But if you want to, you could also kind of do maybe how you had your hair each time if you want to, or if you decide you don't like it, rub that out. Let's use a better rubber. And just, keep it like a fashion illustration. And the jumper kind of had some sort of crisscrossy patterns on the front. So there we go, day 1. Okay, and then we just repeat the process for each day of the week. So on Tuesday, I had a sort of oversized long length t-shirt. Quite boring day, just some leggings. And this is what I mean, if you know you're going to be recording it each day, it'll push yourself to kind of, rather than just thinking, oh, I'll just chuck on the same pair of sweatpants or leggings and a t-shirt that you've been wearing every day, and instead think, well, actually, no, what can I wear today? What makes me feel good? What do I enjoy, wearing? And, choose to wear something a bit different. Okay, and again, I think I just had little ankle boots on during the day. I have my normal kind of necklace on. Okay, so I'm not going to do the whole week. What I'll do is I'll just sketch in these ones and then I'll share a picture at the end of the whole week for you. So once you've got it to an illustrated stage and you're happy with that, then you can add to the colour. You can then start to add the colour. So these pens that I was talking about are really good because they've got a fine tip on one side and they've got a thicker marker on the other side. So let's just move this out of the way. Take your template out from underneath, so you can reuse that one, and just put one plain bit of paper underneath, just to allow the ink, because it's quite pigmented, it can soak through the top layer of paper. So to protect your table, just pop a scrap bit of paper underneath, and you can keep reusing that scrap bit again. So then you're going to choose the colours that most match the garment that you wore. So as you can see, I'm going to use the fine tip to do the really thin details. And you don't have to colour everything in completely. You can just do, kind of impressions of what the clothes are like if you want to. But what is nice about these pens is that they do colour in large areas without leaving that kind of that sort of streaky look that you get with just normal felt tip pens. And these pens are really nice because they've got very similar tones. So if you want to, make quite realistic looking illustrations, you've got lots of tones that are all kind of quite similar, which is really nice. And you can see they blend nicely as well. But you can see I'm not going to colour in the whole jumper. I'm just going to leave it like that. And then let's try and find some colours that match the skirt I was wearing. And so this skirt had like a print on it. And I'm not going to worry about trying to recreate the print exactly. But if you're not sure, grab it back out the wardrobe and really look at it to kind of see what that print was like, and try and recreate it as well. And again, don't forget to flip between the thick side and the thin side. And like I said, they're really, really nice pens. They're not too expensive. A good investment if you enjoy, illustrating from home and you enjoy doing your kind of drawing as well. Let's use the thin tip. Okay, outline. Okay, just do some little socks on there. And like I said, this activity will really encourage you to think, oh gosh, I've worn, that same pair of jeans 3 times this week, time to kind of put something different on instead as well. So use it to kind of inspire you as well, to you know, try on different things, dig out that dress from the back of the wardrobe that you've not worn for ages and maybe chuck it on over a t-shirt instead, or just wear things in a different way to how you would normally. You know, it's quite an unusual time that we're finding ourselves in at the moment. So, you know, it's a great opportunity to have some fun with your clothes. There we go. And if you're not sure how the colours are going to come out exactly on the paper, you know, on that scrap bit of paper underneath, just, you know, test it and see. And you can see here where the colour's coming through. This is why I said to put a scrap bit down first. And then when you're sure that they're right, then you can go in. And quite often with things like trousers or sort of dresses, this is what I meant when I sort of said I don't colour it all in. I just sort of go down one sort of side of the leg, sorry. And then I might just put just a little bit of detail down there as well. And then we just need a kind of reddy brown. Let's just see what that's like. Perfect. For my little brown ankle boots. Oh, and my necklace also had like brown stone on. So once you've got all of your the colour on, then you can go over and you can do the outlining. You can do it the other way. If you do the outlining first, just make sure your pen is waterproof, so when these colours go on top, they don't end up smudging the black. And when it comes to outlining, this is when you can really put some kind of detail into your drawing. So, you know, the little ribs around the neck of my jumper. And around the cuffs there. You know, this is when you kind of pick out those details and show things like, you know, if it's an oversized jumper, it's going to have creases and things in the elbows. And, you know, if it's tucked in, you're going to see these ruche lines as it's sort of tucked into the skirt. And the skirt that had elasticated waistband. So I'm going to draw that in. And again, I'd recommend starting with the clothes. So here you can see the kind of pleats of the skirt. And you can see, you know, my lines don't perfectly match up. It's quite a sketchy style of illustration. This is a great time to kind of, you know, explore your illustration style and, you know, find a way that you like that works for you. So there we go, that's Monday's look. And that's in Tuesday. So we've got big kind of oversized t-shirt. And this is what I meant when I said don't worry about drawing the hands. You know, no one's marking this work. They don't have to be proportionally correct. You know, fashion illustrations generally as a rule aren't. They're quite elongated, which you can kind of see from these. They're not kind of realistic to my sort of proportion. But that's why it's quite nice if you want to make up your own, you completely can. And actually, I think some of my students do that quite often. They make their own designs up and they're really nice. And then we'll just draw a pendant I was wearing. And there we go. A bit of fun. I might just dab spot colour on the cheeks there. So there we go. I'm just going to show you two. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the rest of the week. And then I'm going to show the finished... the whole finished week of illustrations. I'm going to show that in the blog post that I do online. So I hope you have fun. I hope you have a go at this activity. If you do, make sure you take a picture and send it to us. I'd love to see what you create and what you've been wearing during lockdown or during your summer holiday or half term or wherever you kind of find this video. Have fun. If you've got any questions, do let me know. And I'll be back next week with another Young Designers Inspired activity. So there we go. Take care, guys. Bye.